नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं आपके सारे सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग एंड ब्रांडिंग इट्स होस्ट दोस्त digital AK47. So welcome to the new episode of Digital Brandator Show. Today we have a very special guest who is Saurav Bhattacharjee sir. So he's actually a podcaster, English communicator, and he's doing much more stuff. So let hear this from him itself. So without wasting any time, let's get straight to him. But before that, if you're new to this channel and if you want to know more about social media marketing and branding, and I'll be doing more of these interviews in future as well. So make sure you guys get connected and stay updated by hitting the subscribe button and turn the bell icon to all to receive all the notifications of our upcoming videos. First of all, thank you so much for being my guest of this third episode of my Digital Brandator Show.
You're welcome, my man.
It's absolutely great. So the first question which I want to ask you, sir, is apart from your social life, tell us about yourself that your audience and my audience might doesn't know.
So I mean, I build my brand around video podcasting. That's why, but what most of my audience know about me, even my clients know about me like that. But I think one thing that a lot of people don't realize about me that I haven't just done my bachelor's. I haven't done my master's yet. So a lot of people, I mean, it's not important for a lot of people. A lot of people might say an MBA and a master's degree is not important. I saw one of your episodes before. There was a guy from nodegree.com or something like that. He has a good podcast as well. Check out his podcast as well. Yeah, so I mean, I haven't yet finished. Like, there's a gap because after my bachelor's, I knew exactly what I'm gonna do. I even, when I was in journalism school, I had two options: go for print journalism, which is newspapers and all of that, or electronic journalism, which is broadcasting. And a year ago, I started broadcasting with full-blown passion. I started just like you, my man, just like you, very slow from my profile, not even my YouTube channel, from my Facebook profile. And then slowly, steadily, I built a page and I started having random guests. But now I have a niche. Now I have, if I want right now, I can have 10 guests on my show and 2 of them are going to pay me. So it's really good. The podcasting game has changed quite well. So yeah, I mean, that is, I think, one thing that a lot of people don't know about it. They might think that this is he's very senior or something like that. I don't look 30 years old. I'm only 26. All right. So
yeah, you're 2 years older. Yeah, elder than me. Yes, I am 24.
All right.
No, but I still
you're saying
I still look a kid because most of them tell me like you are around 18 or 17.
Yeah, man, you're so young, and I've checked out your YouTube channel. You're publishing videos on YouTube. When I was your age, I was either getting drunk or giving exams on college. I didn't give a rat's ass about digital growth and all of that. See, I guess another thing that another thing about me is that I come from a very small conservative town. And I was exposed to like international education and all sorts of things. But originally I'm from a very small town. This is my home, by the way. So, I have traditional roots. So, the Indian tradition, you have to finish engineering and then do government job or clear UPSC and stuff like that.
IPS, etc.
Yeah, so it's quite difficult to do something quite different. But I mean, with God's grace, I think right now I'm in a position where I can choose the projects. I don't have to worry about at least a year. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, now I am giving advice to college kids. Universities are actually asking me to lecture on new media and podcasting, which is amazing. I mean, I would love to talk about this topic because it changed my life, and it can change anybody's life.
Yeah, it's truly great. And yes, I quite followed you recently a week because I discovered your profile very recently, and I saw because This episode, actually this series of my channel, the Digital Branded Show, is open for new and unique people. It doesn't mean that he has a 10 follower or a 1 lakh follower. It doesn't care. But I want a person those who can feel value and inspiration. That's it. That's the motive of this channel, and you are a perfect fit, sir. You're a perfect fit for this. And my second question for this interview is, at what age you actually discovered your passion and how you made your passion as profession? Because just now you said, but and little bit elaboration around this, so it will be more effective for my audience.
I've had, like, I want you to ask yourself a question, like,
Sure.
When you were a kid, what you wanted to be? When you were a kid, when you were 10 years old, 12 years old?
Wanted to be a film director, movie director.
Okay. And did it change when you were 20, then when you were 18? Maybe it changed,
yes,
right?
Surely changed.
Right. So, people have childish dreams when they're a child. I remember I grew up with my uncles. One of my uncle was a businessman in Singapore. I thought, I wanted to be just like him. There was another, I think from my mom's side, there was another guy, another uncle. He was, he worked for CBI. So he had those cocky, the hat, the police hat. He had a spare one. I remember he gave me that, and I thought to myself, holy shit, I'm gonna be a police officer. And then when I realized, it's really complicated, I couldn't. So up until when I was 20, I realized one thing, that I finished my schooling from India itself, but I realized that I could either go for engineering or could go for something that I think I can do flawlessly. And I think this is something that everybody should follow. Close your eyes and think to yourself, in a room full of people, doctors, engineers, lawyers, professors, IAS officers. If you're in a room full of all these sorts of people, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to be unique out of that competition? Because people think that a doctor might be more important. No, the economy works in a weird way, right? If somebody doesn't get sick, doctor doesn't get paid, right? Government hospitals will get shut down, right? Drug industries, so sales, marketing, this is everywhere. Everybody needs to know how to do sales and marketing, from a doctor to a lawyer to an engineer, everybody. So ask yourself, what could market you organically? And I thought to myself, it's broadcasting. I could speak for hours and hours and hours and hours without having any issue whatsoever. So that was a perfect fit for my original personality. And I got to know it when I was in my 20s, that if I go in this field, I could either become a news anchor, or I could be a podcast host, or I could, whatever I could do with my mouth, I could do it. Give me a microphone and a camera and I'll do it. And that's what I was passionate about. Yeah.
That's huge to hear. Yes, similarly, my journey also started like this, but when I was a very camera shy, I never been to camera. If you see my first video on my channel, you will laugh like hell, that what I was before and what I am now, actually. Because and yes, one more thing, today is 26th of July, and today I completed the 1 year journey of my YouTube.
Oh my God, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
I also completed 1 year of my podcast last month, and I literally called every single one of my guests, almost 80 plus guests. They're all the timing, because 90% of my guests are from US and UK, so I needed to time it perfectly, send them a message, and then call them up personally. Some of them are great, 90 I think 20-30% of those people became a great friend, and they're business owners, and they're always asking me for consultancy. I'm always asking them for help, and it's just a network now, man. It's amazing, so yeah, what you have over here in your channel, I saw that you published videos on social media management, how to be a social media manager and all of that. So I think it's really cool, because a lot of people, like I don't know, a couple of days ago I was looking for a social media manager, and I couldn't find it because people are not that well trained, and I think you're doing a decent job training people. I'm really glad that you're doing it.
Because this situation, and I'm focusing on this situation to solve the problem of many freshers, because most of them complete digital marketing training, like giving huge amount, and they complete their courses, but most of them didn't get the job at their beginning stage. They hardly struggle, find some free interns, and they do rubbish jobs in the sake of digital marketing and social media marketing. Then I thought that I should do something for them, and yes, soon I'm actually working on that. So that's why I'm starting my agency. My agency will be not for clients. This agency will be for all workers.
Okay.
Yes, only for workers, those who want to learn social media marketing, digital marketing, SEOs, and other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sign me in, man. I'll be your first customer.
Sure.
I'll learn. I need to learn a lot about specifically LinkedIn, because these idiots are not giving me live access at all. I don't know why. I want to go live on LinkedIn with my StreamYard simultaneously. Up until now, I'm just using Spotify and Facebook page and YouTube. But LinkedIn is a great market, man, and I've been getting a lot of guests from LinkedIn, but I am unable to go live. I'm unable to broadcast there at this stage, which is a sham.
I can help you with that in a while, but yes, for me, LinkedIn is an whole cake, and YouTube is my cherry on the cake. But recently, I did a lot of A/B testing with my LinkedIn. I dropped my personal organic reach by 70%.
Wow, that's good, man. Teach me how to do that. I looked at your Google. It's good.
I actually dropped my engagement. I got failed with my strategy, and yes, I'm actually overcoming that, because I had like 12,000 around connections, and hardly 1,000 people are active, and 11,000 people are dead in my.
Okay, maybe then you're not posting regularly on LinkedIn, are you?
I post content around 4 to 5 people.
Okay.
No, I did I played with some strategy for my YouTube research, and unluckily I got banned in that result.
Wow. Okay. So are you like a quick question right now? I mean, you've been in the business for about a year.
No,
YouTube
actually,
earning people.
Content creation is only 1 year, and I've been working for this industry 2 years, so it's come all around 3 years around.
Okay, so like, what do you think about YouTube? A lot of the AdSense money is not that much nowadays. People are looking for endorsements, brand endorsement, and all of that. So like, how do new YouTubers earn money? What do you think?
First thing is,
like for me it's like client business. For me, it's like podcasting. They get their stories published. I have a niche. I cater to authors, so if they want to promote a book, they gotta get a podcast done, and it's good for them, right? They don't care if it's published for 1,000 followers or all. They just want to video, so they pay me, and of course I have a job. But in this particular case, when you're talking about like a Joe Rogan podcast or something like that, and people want to start something like that, right? You can't earn right away. You will at least take at least 4 or 5 years.
Absolutely, because when I started and I found my niche, and the potential audience size of my niche is 18 lakhs people.
Okay.
I have narrowed down my niche, and I found the exact niche. I'm working for them only. My ideal potential people of my YouTube channel is 18 lakhs people, and apart from them, business people can see my videos, entrepreneurs can see my videos, and new creators can see my videos. And my one advice for new creators who are starting YouTube: don't focus on money first. Focus on your content quality, whom you are reaching. And True. If you see my previous videos, I was talking about digital marketing in general, but later I decided, because there are many channels those who are actually talking about digital marketing. So I think, why should I talk even digital marketing? I know social media and branding better. Then I narrowed down my niche and I still short down my funnel. And yes, I'm focusing on my audience recently in the past 3 to 4 months. So
So do you have clientels? Do you have other clients that you service that help build social media brand? For example, I remember like 3 years ago, I worked for another company, a YouTube company, sort of like Watch Mojo, a listicle company, right? So, you know, my portfolio had, I do have 500,000 views, 1 million views crossed on, but I was a creative guy there. I didn't have managed the YouTube channel. I just gave my voiceover, edited the video, wrote the script. That's it. But the rest was handled by the marketing team.
Rest, because YouTube is nowadays YouTube is a fixed asset. Everything you post there is an asset. Today, maybe you will not get the result, but future there is a permanent result for that. Once your channel gets monetized, each of your previous videos will also get monetized.
Right.
So most of them thinks that I want 1,000 subscribers, I want 4,000 watch hours. They do whatever they do. They go for some scammers that give me 10,000 rupees, I get you 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They get into trap of them, and most of them follow other channels and just copy paste the whole content there. It doesn't work. Most of the case, it doesn't work, and YouTube recognize it fast, because now YouTube is too much fast forwarding. Because if I even though copy someone's video, it automatically tells the creator someone has actually copied your whole content, and you can give them a strike.
Exactly, copyright strike is a huge issue.
Yes. So nowadays, YouTube is actually pushing new creators and fresh creators and unique creators. So if you are one among them, and you can definitely start YouTube journey. And if you want more consultation related to that, description is links. You can check out there, and there's a 30 minutes free consultation as well. So that's for my audience. And bro, let's head to the next question, which is, can you share your 2 unforgettable moments of your whole life that you'll never forget?
Wow. Well, I think in one of the things in my recent memory, I got hired by a company. I'm not gonna name the company. It's a huge company.
Okay.
Exactly a year ago, I remember that they were mass hiring. I remember I just got back home, and this was pre-pandemic. The company I worked for before shut down because of pandemic, and I came back and I applied for this company, and they were hiring around 700,000. They were mass hiring. So I got into it, and I remember they had an on-job training. It was a sales profile. Out of 700 people, I made around $3,000 in first 2 days, which was the highest revenue out of 700 people. And it was targeted towards the American market, but even in the Indian market, nobody, like the highest guy got 2 lakh rupees, which is around like $1,400 or something like that. But I got like double of even the highest, and it was like, I knew how to do sales, and I knew if it's going to be American market, nobody understands this market better than I do, whether it's B2B or B2C. But still, I was surprised that out of 700 people, I was the highest revenue. I mean, this is a guy who never stood first on school, colleges. They were literally calling me like, Saurav, give me a secret. And they gave me a plaque on a company. It was the first time I got that sort of a recognition in a company, in a corporate sector, because usually corporate sector is like, they always like find nitty gritty things so that you don't have this, you don't have that, you work on it, doesn't matter how talented you are. But in this case, it was opposite, and was really great. Another incident, I think, was when I was on a show. I was on a show, before I started my show, there was a guy, his name is Daniel Ramamurthy. He's perhaps he's my mentor. I consider him my mentor, because he introduced me to live streaming. He's a huge guy. He's a huge public speaker. He interviewed Barack Obama. He interviewed big names. He interviewed Richard Branson, all of that. I was on his show, and it was my first broadcast, first ever show I was on a show with a guy like that. And at the end of the video, he mentioned something. Oh, this thing over here, I'm using StreamYard. And I thought to myself, hold on a second. I know somebody who has a degree in broadcast journalism. Maybe somebody else could do this. And I'm like, oh, wait, that guy's me. I could do it. I have a degree in broadcast journalism. And I started right away, I still have a free version of StreamYard. I never bought, because I'm so thankful to StreamYard. I let them put the logo over there because I love the software. I have conducted 100 plus, almost 100 plus episodes. Now it's not 100 yet. I'm going to conduct 100 plus episodes. Great feeling, man. It's a great feeling talking to random people. People think that it's like going nowhere, you don't earn money and all of that. But the relationship that you make, like, for example, I am interacting with millionaires, crypto millionaires, best-selling authors, actors, actresses. I have friends everywhere now, right? I have friends in Los Angeles. If I wanted to go to Los Angeles, live there, I have 10 friends to live there right now. I have one friend in Washington. I have one friend in England. I have a friend in Australia, New Zealand. I have in Japan. I have in South Korea. I have friends, real connections that are there for me, and it's something amazing. And they always, of course, and some of them, like some of them converted into clientele. For example, there was a company called Vocab Meme. His owner, Anshul, I interviewed him. He's an Indian, but he's like a top corporate. Like his CTC is something around 60 or 70. He's very rich, very invested corporate, sort of a high tech corporate guy. I got him on an interview, and he had a company called Vocab Meme. And he said, why don't you handle the operations? And I still work with him on operations. And, it's a part-time thing I work with. It's fantastic, So these connections that I make are also unforgettable. Every connection that I make is unforgettable. Yeah.
So those are actually a huge achievement that you have made in your life, and you will never forget till the end of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I know, it's all about perspective, right? A lot of people have achieved so much more. A lot of people have achieved so little, right? And it's all really about perspective. Like if you look at an actor, right? There are a lot of theater actors slugging away without an award or financial recognition. And you see, other guys getting financial success, 100 crores, 200 crores. And it's just that, right? It's a matter of perspective, the way that you live, because everybody's going to die, man. One day, see, another, I think, I don't know if I wanted to mention it. I remember when I had a panic attack once. That was a horrifying experience. That is another experience that I cannot forget. I was in Delhi. I was in Delhi, I remember. And I just, out of a sudden, I had a panic attack. My heart was palpitating. I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't even know what an anxiety attack was. Went to a hospital. The doctor, it's an anxiety attack. It's nothing, but it feels like a heart attack.
Absolutely.
So when you're exposed to something, they gave me some medicine and it went away. But when you're exposed to something like that, you realize, doesn't matter if you're 6'4", if you have 100 million subscribers, or if you have abs, or if you have a lot of money, you're vulnerable to mortality. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the things that you do in life and how you see it that matters, rather than what have you achieved. Oh, I have more subscribers than you, I have more followers than you. These are secondary stuff, man. Seriously.
Yes, recently I also agree with you totally, because at my beginning of my journey, I had an ego that he has more followers than me, he has more subscribers than me. Then later on, I decided
that's
numbers.
not any. That's that's an inferiority complex you have.
Yes,
an
yes.
ego. Yeah.
No, actually, I had ego with some 2-3 creators. I will not mention their names, but you can tell it like that. Okay, that's great. But later on, I decided no, number followers is just a numbers. But at the end of the day, if you influence 2 to 3 people, that's more than your followers. Then like I forgot everything, then I just focus on my content quality and audience. And the next question which I want to ask you for this interview, which is what's your final success, or what's your definition of success? Like
My
that,
definition
like
of success.
like that's the end game. That's the Marvel end game. After that,
what's your definition of success?
My success is like earn golden play button from YouTube, and that's it.
So it's a good thing, right? Because for a lot of people, the definition of success is getting a government job or a 9-to-5 job, stable pay, get a family, maybe get married to high school sweetheart, get a couple of kids, and then they don't even realize that 10 years from now, doesn't matter whatever they achieve, their high school sweetheart, their dream job, 10 years from now, you're going to be exhausted and you're going to be like, oh my God, what the hell I was doing? What am I still doing? When I'm going to retire? I can't wait. You're going to wake up every single day that's sluggish and, slugging away on the metro and all of that, the struggle. My definition of success is influence. And the reason behind it is simple. Consider my hero. I really do think I follow him. I've been I've also been a wrestling journalist. He's an MMA journalist. I too started a podcast from scratch. He is huge. He's $100 million right now, evaluation from Spotify recently. Huge. So I follow him quite a lot. So I realized one thing, that he doesn't care about money, right? He cares about influence. Like, he has amazing guests on his show, Elon Musk and all of that. And you would be surprised to hear. I don't know. Are you a WWE fan? Do you know WWE? Do you follow?
Yeah, I follow.
Are you a big fan, or are you just a moderate fan? Do you know?
No. I follow a couple of stars, but not from the Hall of Fame and not from the two world. I know from like Undertaker, and recently my favorite one is Roman Reigns.
Yeah, so I started, like, I don't know if you know Jeff Jarrett, Ryback.
I know.
Yeah, and then there's Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I know.
I've been trying to get in touch with. I got in touch with these people, and I tried to have him on the show. I've also got in touch with, like, I think he's the CEO of a big media company. I don't think I can mention his name, but I wanted to get him on a show, and I got through the gate. With my 4,000 followers, I actually got on a phone call with them, but I couldn't get them on a show because of commitment issues. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. See, I could really easily crack into mid-tier celebrities, they might feel bad about it, but mid-tier celebrities like Amazon bestsellers. Right? Yeah, I mean, yes, you're a celebrity. You have millions of books sold, but you're not George R.R. Martin. You're not the girl who the lady who wrote Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. You're not that. They're huge. They're superstars, but you're just another author. You have a million. There are a lot of people with but nonetheless, they have influence. They have more than 50,000 followers on Instagram. Certainly far more than I have. Crypto millionaires and billionaires. Again, billionaires, millionaires, but they want to promote. They want more media attention. So these guys can, come in easily. But when you're talking about real superstars like actors and these are the guys, it's really difficult to land them on a show. I've been trying to land them on a show, and I would consider it as a success if I land a couple of big names on my show. Don't need to be Elon Musk, but anybody from that level would do, so that I could just go mainstream a little bit. I guess I will. I don't know, maybe 10 years from now you would you would know my name as a huge podcaster, but right now, from what I hear, I'm the only guy doing this because I have a job, so I can't handle all those things all alone, right? So yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
And one more thing which I want to ask is, how many hours do you work in 24?
How many hours do I work?
Including your job, your content creation, your podcast, your everything, whatever you do apart from sleep.
So I used to have one podcast every day. So an hour for that.
Okay.
For research, 1 or 2 hours. So maybe like I don't work too much. I'm lazy as hell, man. 3 4 hours a day, and then I go back doing some random stuff because see, I right now my job is flexible. Like for example, one of my job, I'm a corporate communication. I work for a digital marketing agency. It's an international digital marketing agency. I work as a corporate communicator. I work in sales there. So over there, I just need to take calls, right? Video calls like this, meetings, and close the deal, and that's it. Like one call a day is done. So that's an hour. I then work for a crypto journalism institute.
Yeah, I just saw in your profile.
Coin Republic. So there I host podcasts for them as well. So that one, it takes around like 1 or 2 episodes a week, but that takes a little bit of research before. So yeah, I mean, my hours are flexible, but I don't know, like right now I'm prepared. I'm given an entrance for Mumbai University now. I don't know if I so I'm probably going to squeeze that in a little bit. So if that is in, maybe I'm going to be occupied for at least 4 or 5 hours a day, but I can't go overboard with that, really, seriously.
So averagely around 6 to 7 hours a day you work?
Less than that, more than that, sometimes yes, sometimes no. I hate to work. So I'm not, a lot of people say, yeah, I work so hard, man. I hate working. I seriously, really, I honestly tell you right now, I want to white label I want to host shows and white label most of the marketing work for somebody else. Like, please do it. I can't do manual work. I can't go and sit there and type, do YouTube SEO, create thumbnails. Somebody let somebody else do it. I'm not gonna do it.
That's clear. Yes, even though I've seen many people, those who do every work on by themselves, and end of the day they discontinue it because of frustration. So luckily you're not that one kind of person. That's great to hear. And the final question of this interview, I think there's one more, but this will be the final of this interview, and that one will be a bonus question. What's your secret of success or tip that you want to share your and my audience? Like only one secret. It can't be a general one, but any one secret or tip that you want to share.
Oh my God. Okay. Use if you work on your communication skills, that's the biggest secret. A lot of people might think, no, it's not a secret, it's a tip. I'll give you the secret later. So the tip is work on communication, because a lot of people might think it's all technical knowledge. But if you go to a corporate job, or like, doesn't matter if you're here or you're outside the country, 90%, if it depends on how you communicate with people. I know, like, it sounds cliched, work on your communication skills with 80 rupees course. No, it's not that. You really need to work on it, because people get fired because of their communication skills. They would be the greatest engineer, greatest coders, greatest guy in the world, but if they don't communicate and somebody else is not doing their work, it's going to come on you. And if you don't know how to handle those pressures and all of that, you're going to be off the job, you're going to lose the client and all of that. So this is a tip that I think you should work upon. How do you do that? Watch podcasts, watch video podcasts, listen to podcasts. I mean, so watch my show, the English broadcast, available on YouTube. I will
add that link in my description, guys. You should definitely check it.
Yeah, so watch it. Like recently I interviewed a Satanist, for Christ's sake. I interviewed a Satanist, and we talked about theology, we talked about philosophy, we talked about Greek mythology, we talked about Norse mythology, we talked about how to express yourself, the feeling, how it connects with you. Like, a lot of people hate their boss, right? And they want to rebel against them. So that's sort of a concept coming from the theological point of view, when the Satanist tackles how they represent themselves, what do they believe, why do they. So we had a prolonged discussion on that. also I sort of took a couple like class. I don't know, I posted this on Bangladesh on I think they have 3 lakh plus followers on, I took a class over there, and I talked about this. An IELTS exam, they have dynamic listening section, right? You listen to different kinds of content, you need to analyze it in English, and one of the best ways to do that, listening to different kinds of podcasts, from Satanism to financial journalism to whole range of things. And for that, watch the English broadcast. I'll help you out. And the secret is portfolio is far more important than net worth. Let me explain it to you. If you have a good portfolio, right, you could gradually increase your income in the future. Whereas if you have good net worth at the moment and don't know how to manage it, inflation is going to eat it away. You're going to lose the money, or you're not going to grow. So the goal here is to grow. Networking is an optimal way of, the thing that I said, portfolio build up. So build your portfolio by talking to most of the people. That's how I did it. A year ago, I was a random guy. Nobody knew me. Now, at least my fans and my clients know me, which is hundreds of people all around the world. And it's an achievement because I went out there and I just, did this. So never see it as a thing that could give you income, direct income, but it will give you a lot of indirect income. Trust me on this. A lot of deals.
So from now, I am one among your hundreds of fans. And
I'm glad.
And lastly, the bonus one. How was the experience with this interview, bro?
In this interview, it's fantastic, man. I mean, how did you come up with these questions? Did you write it down? Where did you research them? These are like job interview questions. How do you see yourself in 10 years?
No. It's not like a job, because it's a very friendly one. And the main intention of this interview just now is that because most of them knows the influencers, knows the creator, but they don't know how they started, and they don't know how they establish themselves, and they don't know how to pick their niche, because most of them get confused.
I have another question for you. What's up with the AK47 thing? What are you, a part-time terrorist or something?
Yeah, because I was actually working with ISIS. Cut it, guys. Editor, don't add this line. No. Actually,
but ISIS didn't like your digital marketing. Then
yes. That's why they blasted me and fired me from their organization. So I started my own one. So
yeah.
Actually,
experience was great, man. I'm really glad that we did this.
And I thought he is famous of his nickname as well, and SRK known as King of Romance. Then why should I have my own nickname? Because most of them call me Ashok Kumar. It doesn't sound. It sounds very common. Then I framed this name, and this name sounds unique and terrorful as well. So why not this name?
Right. No, keep it up. Sanjay Dutt will definitely adopt you.
Sure. I'm waiting for that day.
Did you get the joke? I don't know if you got the
joke.
I
understood. Okay.
No, but I'm really glad. Wish you all the best. You have good content ahead. Keep on networking and keep on shining, my man.